Hey, Allison Denise here, getting myself all set up to talk with you today. Hope you are having a wonderful day. Uh, I'm back for part two of books, branding, and your bottom line, and I am excited to share some more details about the first E that we talked about on Tuesday. If you missed that live, I want to encourage you to go and check it out. It was pretty good, in my opinion. And if you're serious, you definitely want to get that information. I also went into a little bit of detail about what exactly an author brand is. So if you're confused about what I'm even discussing, you'll want to check it out. While I'm doing that, I want to say hello to the replay viewers and make sure that everything looks good online real quick. Give me a second. Um, if you are watching this on a replay, please hashtag replay so that I know that you are catching it on the flip side. And definitely leave your comments, questions in the chat. I will come back and check them out and answer them accordingly. And before I get into today's content, which we are discussing the 4 things that you need, that you must be clear on in order to increase book sales for your author brand in 2022, I want to invite you to an author elevation call. If you are ready to establish or elevate your author brand, I am here. I'm available for you. I love to do this. This is what God has blessed me to do, and I want to help you. So if that's you, go to my website, branditbeautifully.com. You can find the link there to schedule a call with me, or you can hop into my DM and we can have a chat about it there. So first thing I want to do is say hello. If you are watching live, please say hello to me in the chat. I love when you guys talk back to me. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and get into the content. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever been driving and your window is not yet clear? Like maybe there's fog, or maybe it's just dirty. You have a dirty windshield or something like that, and it's causing issues. Like you can't see clearly. I know sometimes my glasses can get fogged up when I am jumping from temperature to temperature, and so I can't see clearly. Well, when you can't see clearly where you're going, you can crash. You cannot get there. It might take you longer, and all of these things. So what I want to do today is help you understand 4 of the most important things that you need to be clear on to have a clear direction and path for your author brand. And so the first one is your brand purpose. Your purpose, it's your why. It's your mission, is a common word that you'll probably hear used. Why are you putting out these books? Why have you decided to be an author? Why is it important for you to show up in this space? I'm going to give you an example. So, you may or may not know, I have published a book called The Heart of God for Her. It's a women's devotional, 45-day devotional. It's available where all books are sold, also on my website. And this book had a clear mission and vision. The mission for this book, I wrote some notes so I could be clear. The mission was to answer the unspoken question in the minds of many women. And that question is, am I lovable? Does God still love me even after everything that I've done? Am I lovable? This book is on a mission to answer that question. And so hello Shanine, thanks for watching. When you are publishing your books, you should have a clear mission. This If you're on purpose, if you're a high impact author and you're out to change lives, you should not just be throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping that it sticks. You should have a clear mission for your book. You should be able to answer this question for every book that you publish. For your entire author brand, you should have a mission. So, again, the mission for this book was to answer the unspoken question on the minds of many women, which is, Am I lovable? Does God still love me? Okay, that's number one, the purpose. What is your brand purpose? The second thing that I want you to get clear on is the plan. What is the plan? Another way to say this is, what is the vision? Okay, most companies have a mission and a vision. Your books and your author brand should have a clear vision. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? What is your overarching goal? So, the overarching goal for this book, The Heart of God for Her, was to share biblical and personal stories to demonstrate God's love to 1 million women across the globe. So let's talk about that a little bit. It's specific. What are we doing? We're sharing biblical and personal stories to demonstrate God's love. Who are we doing it for? 1 million women across the globe. It's not just for women in the United States. It's not just for Black women. It's not just for, two women across the street. Our goal is to reach the hearts of 1 million women across the globe. Now, why is that important? A goal is important because as you are building your brand, you can determine what is going to help you reach your goal fastest and easiest. And also, you will be able to measure how well what you are executing is accomplishing your goal. So, if you know your goal is to reach 100 women before the end of the year and you're only at 2 women, then you know it's time to reassess and do something differently. Okay, so we need to get clear on our brand purpose. We need to get clear on our brand plan. And then we need to get clear on our brand principles. So, principles are like values. Most companies have a set of core values. And so, again, using this book as an example, the values that are represented by the Heart of God for Her brand are inclusivity, forgiveness, compassion, warmth and inviting, non judgmental. These are the things that when people think of the Heart of God for Her, they will feel these things. They will think these things. They will understand, if I'm looking for a safe, non judgmental space to find out if God still loves me, I can turn to this book. I can turn to the community of this book, right? So your book ought to be able to answer those questions in the minds of your potential readers. What are the principles that your author brand stands on? Okay, inclusivity. This is not just for Christian women, it's for all women. It's for any woman that has the question, does God still love me? This is not just for Black women, right? It's for any woman that has that question. Any person that identifies as a woman that has that question, this book is meant to answer that. All right? So, the last thing, we had the brand purpose, the brand plan, the brand principles, and now we have the brand promise. So the promise is like, I like to call it a tagline with a purpose. It's your one-liner. For me, the one-liner for this book is discover God's heart for you. I promise that when you read this book, you will see yourself in it in some place, somewhere throughout these words. You will find yourself. And when you find yourself, you will discover God's heart for you. That's my promise to you as it relates to this book. So, when you are publishing your books, you ought to have a promise. Your overarching author brand should have a promise. Think about what that is. It should be the solution to the problem. The problem is, does God still love me? The solution is, yes, He does. And here's where you can discover it. Okay? So, those are the 4 things that you must get clear on if you want to build an effective author brand for 2022, which increases your bottom line, increases your sales, increases your effectiveness, and the amount of lives you can change. Your brand purpose, your brand plan, your brand principles, and your brand promise. Are you clear on those things? Are you clear on those things? Do you have questions about that? Let's look at the comments. Oh, yes, definitely, Shanine. You can get this. It's available on my website, also available on Amazon, Barnes& and Noble, Walmart.com, probably anywhere books are sold. You can find this. Shanine says, just launched Beauty for Ashes, and if you don't have a purpose or direction, then it gets lost. It does. It gets so lost if you're not clear. And you feel like it starts to feel like you're just going in circles, you're spinning your wheels, and nothing's working, and but you don't know what's wrong. If you feel like that, it's because you need to take a step back and get clear on some of these things. Okay, awesome. My website is branded beautifully. I will drop it in the chat as soon as I sign off here. So you can definitely go there and get it, or you can go to Amazon or any of those other places as well. I appreciate your support, Queen. I love your profile picture too. It's so bright and pretty. Those colors. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so that was my lesson for today. That was part 2 of books, branding, and your bottom line. I've got 2 more sessions I'm going to do. I'll be back on Tuesday and then again on Thursday for those last 2 sessions. I may come back sooner. I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying doing these lives now that I'm doing them. Another P is passion before profit. Yes, got to have passion. But that's part of your why. That's part of the purpose of why you're doing it, right? You have to be passionate about that why. So definitely, and then that P, you're definitely going to get that profit. The income is a natural result of these things. Once you have these things in place and then you create that experience for your reader, profit is a natural result. Like it just has to happen. That's right. Okay, well, I want to invite you one more time. If you are ready to establish or elevate your author brand, send me a message right here on Facebook or Instagram, and I will chat with you. Let's talk about how to establish or elevate your author brand for 2022. Let's hit the ground running. We've got work to do for God, okay? And or you can go to my website branditbeautifully.com. There you can also schedule an actual phone call with me, and we can hop on the call and discuss what we can do to elevate your author brand and whether or not we're a good fit to work together. So with that, I hope that you enjoyed this. I thank you so much for watching live, Shanine, and anyone else who's watching who may not have said anything. Hey, and those of you who watch on the replay, I love y'all. Thanks for watching. And is this for new authors? New authors is for new and established authors, right? So I work with a lot of new authors. For some reason, God sends me a lot of first timers, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I have the patience and the passion to work with first time authors. But I also work with established authors, people who have already published 1 or 2 books. Maybe they even want to rebrand the book that they've already put out. I get some of those as well. So, yeah, God has blessed me to work with several types of authors because you know what? The process is pretty much the same. We have to get clear on these things. We have to build a reader experience, and then we go out and sell your book. That's it. The process is the same no matter if you're new or established. All right. Well, this was fun. I'm going to have to come back and do this again. This video will be up. You can watch it whenever you need to. Also be on YouTube and Instagram just in a little while. And with that, I am going to say ciao for now. Got to go hop into some design work from my clients. And I will see you guys again when we are live. Again, brandedbeautifully.com. I'm Allison Denise. Ciao for now.